Candice, can you talk a little bit about your game? Like, what did you notice that was different from this game compared to last game?
I think that it was really important for me to come out and fire from the first half instead of picking it up the second half. So, from last game to this game, I made it a point to try to be that player in the first half. So it was very important for me to come out and dominate the paint and open it up for my teammates as well. So I think we were able to do that, and that's how we were able to knock some shots down, like Lindsey said.
Keke, how important was it for you guys to get some transition going early in this ballgame?
I think it was really important. That's the type of team we're trying to become. So, and that's our strength is running. We're fast. So there's the amount of transition we get is, I think that's a key to our success. One of the keys.
Keke, you guys were up 20 at one point. Over here. Okay, that's fine. You guys are up 20 at one point midway through the first half, and obviously your attention to detail and whatnot didn't waver throughout the game. How much focus did you guys have on, even though you had a big lead, to still play focused and, together?
One thing, we can't get too comfortable. We may be up 20 points, but it's about us. This game was about us and us getting better at the things we need to, so we're prepared for conference. So we try not to look at the scoreboard. Like he said earlier, it came down to, deflections, diving on the floor, rebounds, running our offense. So we just can't get too comfortable with the lead. We just got to play our game.
Today, you guys.
Lindsey, what kind of momentum do you take from the recent victories? Do you guys feel a little bit more confident and secure with your chemistry?
We're very confident in one another. Our chemistry has been growing, which is something that we also have been focusing on. I think our chemistry, knowing each other, where people score the best, putting people in the right positions to where they can be successful is something that we've been working on. So just knowing each other and things like that helps us be successful.
Coach, can you talk about you have one more game until you hit the conference schedule. How has this non-conference schedule prepared you for the conference?
Well, in terms of preparation, it's been a big learning experience for us. Developing our identity, developing a chemistry, an on-court chemistry, developing kind of a rhythm in terms of how we want to play and what we can expect. And, even after, 10 games, it's still a work in progress. We're still finding, our chemistry. We're still finding our rhythm. And so hopefully we're a lot farther along now than we were at the beginning of the season. But I anticipate as we start conference play, we're still going to be discovering ourselves, and but hopefully, we'll be able to have some success because we're starting to figure some of that stuff out, and hopefully, now that we kind of have a little bit of momentum that can build and grow throughout conference season.
The wins, does that help the momentum for your team?
Well, you know what? I think this team has, of course you want to win every game. That's not a debate or in a question at all. But this team has been really good about understanding that they have a lot to learn about how to play on this level and how to play together. And with limited experience, like tonight, we had on the floor a lot of times a freshman and 4 sophomores. And so they've been really good about understanding that we're not last year's version of Lady Lion basketball. And we're not the version that was 2 years ago when there was a lot of upperclassmen and a lot of understanding of how different teams play. So you see a lot of fits and starts. You see spurts of and flashes of, man, it looks really good. And then you see spurts and flashes of, something's just not quite right. And this team has been really good about understanding that they've got to learn and they've got to get experience, and they haven't been troubled, by whether we're winning or losing. They've been really focused on, we got to get better. We want to get better every day. We want to get better every game. We want to get better every half. Heck, we talk about being better, in 4-minute increments. And they've been really good about being focused on that and understanding that we want to be playing our best basketball as we get to conference play. So, we're going to have some growing pains, and we're going to learn from it. And they've been pretty confident going from game to game.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about Candice's contributions to the
Mhm.
team, both offensively and defensively, especially defensively today?
Well, I think she's one of the ones that's really growing, and you've seen over the course of all these non-conference games some inconsistency with her. She plays a good half here, good half there, but the last 2 or 3 games we're starting to see a little bit more consistency from her. We're starting to see her confidence grow and her understanding of how she fits in and how she can be an impact player for us on both ends. We're starting to see her figure that out. And whenever you can have a dominant post player and dominant play inside, everything else can kind of flow around that. And I'm liking the confidence and the contributions that she's starting to have with more consistency.
Was this
Coach, can you talk a little bit about the performance of Candice Agee today? Looking at her block record today, how did you try to respond offensively?
Well, we didn't very well. I think she did a great job, and I'm sure Coquese's been waiting for her to kind of to break out, because I think she played a fantastic game against Hartford and then came right back today and put another game together for them really, really well. So I think, for Penn State moving forward, that's a great thing for them to have that young lady playing well, because she gives them great size and obviously a great defensive pressure in the paint. We went to the basket in the first half and really didn't get anything out of it because of her presence. We did a little bit better job in the second half, but she does a great job clogging the lane. She's obviously long. Definitely altered our shots today. There's no doubt about that, and that's something obviously for them moving forward is going to be very helpful.